And we are live. Welcome, everybody. This is it. We are about to take flight. We've taken you on a 9-day journey to scale your business, to grow it, to simplify it, to systemize it so that you can have a business that goes from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year or less without any of the stress and the struggle and the overwhelm that comes with trying to be an entrepreneur, trying to run your own business, trying to figure everything out all on your own. And what we've done is we've removed all the friction, right? We've taken it all away. We've shown you how you don't need to have multiple complicated steps. You only need 4, right? And what we've done is we've shown you how do you untie yourself, right? How do you unlink your past from your absolute true potential? And what is your true potential? It's what we call the cube, right? And so we're going to take you on the final steps today. How do you actually turn your business into something as crystal clear as this so that it's balanced, whichever way it goes, whatever's happening in the world? You're completely balanced. It's completely clear. You know exactly what you're doing from one step to the next. And I want to welcome you all to the final day of our workshop. And if you are loving this so far, if you've at least picked up one item, just one thing that you can use in your business tomorrow, during this past 9 days, please give us a thumbs up. Let us know. Yes, yes, yes. I have one thing I could do. I could start it right now and it could move my business forward, because that's really what our goal is here at the SOAR to Scale workshop. And so I want to see who's here. Say hi. We're talking to some of you in the background. And I want to thank my amazing team. They worked tirelessly for 9 days straight. And they are the ones who, although they should get all the thanks and appreciation, please say hi and thank you to Angie and Polly. And we have Della and Tally and Sandy. We've had like altogether about 6 people helping us in the background, and they're your team too. So when you come into the Iconic Leadership Academy, they'll be working for you and with you to help you grow and scale your business as well. This is what we call our Steal My Wives program. I call them my wives because they do everything a wife could do possibly, and except they won't cook for me. So they are amazing, and please thank them. But I also want to thank them because they're the ones that wanted to make sure you guys got extra appreciation. And so Angie DeVries leads everything. She is our community manager and keeps everybody organized and coordinated and helps us with everything. And it was their idea to give you guys your certificate of participation. And if you didn't see your name on there for some reason, just let us know, okay? But we want to get that certificate to you. Just type #certificate down below if you would like yours, and we will send it to you this week, okay? So again, we believe that the A in SOAR is very important, and that is appreciation, all right? And I get all choked up just to really, really thank you guys for being here, for participating, for realizing, you know what? I can have greater appreciation of myself. I can start thinking about myself in a different way and really decide I'm going to live a higher level. Really, that's what we are here for. My whole mission in my business. This is our manifesto behind us, and I have it here as well. So I keep one on the wall, and then I also have a desktop version, right? You'll see this everywhere in our academy, in our membership site, in our group, because I believe you need a manifesto. You need something that tells the world this is what we stand for. And my whole goal is for you to live your life in harmony with your highest purpose. And what is your highest purpose? I just want to ask you, put down below, what's your highest purpose? What's the thing? What's your raison d'être? What's your reason for being here? What's the big thing that you want to do? Because I tell you what, it's not to buy another course. It's not to buy another program, right? But what you want is, are you in alignment with it? I mean, does it, do you wake up in the morning and there's just, you're alive? I don't want you to die with your music still in you. Okay. I want you to be in harmony with your highest purpose. And that is why we do everything that we do here. Okay. So, like we said, this is our thing. We're going to talk about this. All right. This is your cube. All right. Of course, it's gold plated, right? So, what is your cube? Okay. And our whole thing is we have this, our motto with our culture here is I've been cubed. And that means I'm part of the academy. I've been cubed. And we have t-shirts for it. We have mugs around it, right? For your cubes. You guys are going to get some of the swag, by the way, if you haven't seen it. Some of our different cups and our t-shirts and mugs and all kinds of fun stuff. You're going to get a welcome box, and it's going to have all the different books in it that we've written. So it's going to, let me see, it's going to include The Power of a Wish, right? You're going to get your SOAR notebooks. You're going to get the SOAR actual book. You're also going to get this book here, which is Everyday Heroes 3. And this one, I want you to stay tuned because we are having a drawing today. Angie's putting together our final $2,000 spin to win giveaway. And everybody here also gets something. So in this book that I wrote, it's a compilation book. And on this chapter, one of the, was this? I can't remember. 169 or something. And that chapter is about our community manager, Angie, who does an amazing job. I would love for you to get this book. All the proceeds go to charity and Habitat for Humanity. So this book talks about her whole story, but I also brought her in here today to share her story because some of you are feeling like, I don't think I can do this. I'm not quite there. Somebody said, I can't have a strategy call because I don't have a strategy. I love that one. That was one of my faves. And you don't have to have a strategy. That's the whole reason why we're here. Okay. You're not here because you're perfect. You're here because you want to be. And so we want to make sure that you have every opportunity to be your highest self, to live your life in alignment with your highest purpose. Okay. And as we like to say, I don't want you to just dream. Okay. We all want to dream. Okay. I have a dream, right? Martin Luther King, I have a dream. Why is that so powerful? Because there's something in you that wants to come out, right? But how long has that dream been dormant? All right. We're going to change all of that today. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I want you guys to tell me, what is your number? 12 months from today. 12 months from today. You could even say June 1st, 2024. What's your number? What are you going to say? Wow, I did it. That workshop was the start. And then I did it. In 1 year, I scaled my business to what? Now, I know it's not just money, but money is a barometer. It's a test to say, did you do it? Okay, you can make everyone feel happy. But if everybody's broke that you serve, so are you. Okay. So money is the barometer. Money is an exchange of value. It just shows how much value did you exchange in the world. Okay. If you made 20,000, you exchange less value than someone who made 200,000. So put your number down there. I love these. Awesome. Someone's there 100,000, right? Awesome. And feel free to click the link up above so I can see who you are. We can interact. And put your number there. What if you 4X'd it? You know, everything we do is 4X. What if that 100,000 turned into 400,000 in 1 year? I'm going to show you how to do it today. All right. So here's what we're all about. I want you guys today in this very, very, very last day, another 100K. All right. Come on, Deb. I know you said a bigger number than that. You can do it. I think your number was 125. Let's get going, girl. I always push you guys with love. Here's a 250. No number is better or worse, but your number is tied to how you think. And I'm going to show you that, and I'm going to prove that to you. Okay, so we want you to create iconic results, okay? Not just a dream, results. We actually don't use the word goals very much in our academy. We use the word results and outcomes because we can all set a goal, right? But what is the outcome that you have with that? So iconic results is what we're here to do. And we also are here to do it in the fastest way possible. And you guys, again, keep writing your goals down. Okay, you will have a goal, but what we're going to do is we're going to turn that goal into an iconic result. That is our whole thing. And I want to know, what is it? Why are you stuck? Okay, so I know what your big dream is, what your goal, your intention, your outcome, okay? But tell me, number one thing, just write one thing, okay? One reason why you are stuck. Why are you stuck? Doesn't that cow look very sad? Um, why are you stuck? If you could eliminate one thing, what is the one thing? You might think it's money. You might think it's people holding you back. You might think it's, I don't have clarity. I really don't have a good offer. I keep attracting broke people. Um, I don't know how to grow. Okay, what's your one thing? Okay, there's no right or wrong, but it's the one thing that's before you right now that is holding you back from being the best you can be. So, what is your one thing? And I like to say that, most people are trying to like squeeze through a lower rung, right? Like this cow is trying to squeeze through, between the fence railings there. And it's going down. Most people are just trying to squeeze through. Let me just get a little bit out. Let me just get squeezed this much. And I'm telling you, think bigger, okay? I want you to think a whole lot bigger. Are you just making money? Or are you building wealth right now? Tell me, what is it for you? Are you making money? Is your focus on, I gotta make some money, gotta make some money? Or are you focused on a bigger picture? Let's create wealth, like personal wealth, financial wealth, physical wealth, relationship wealth, right? Freedom, wealth of freedom. So wealth isn't just monetary. It's about all aspects of your life. And that's what I want you guys to consider. Are you really looking at your whole life? Or are you right now thinking, I got to get this client. I got to get this client. I got to get this client, right? So I'm your captain. Okay. I am going to take you there, and it's going to be a rocket ship. All right. It's not a paper helicopter or anything like that. It is a rocket ship, and you need lots of fuel to get that done. Okay. So yeah, thanks for putting your comments in there about what is keeping you stuck. So we want to get you above the line, right? It's either way, it's mindset. Okay. Your mindset is going to only make you one thing. You're either going to go above the line and get rich, or your mindset is holding you back and it's keeping you poor. And you can answer that to yourself or put it in the comments. Again, the more active you are in the comments, the more times your name is appearing on the wheel that my team is putting together. So let me ask you right now, or maybe just before you started this 9-day journey with us, was your mindset rich or was your mindset poor? Tell us which one it was for you, rich or poor. And hopefully it's been changing a little bit, because what we're doing is we're having compound growth, right? The first day you guys all might look at me like, who's this? Oh, another one of these. Oh, she's promising $1 million. And then I showed you how each quarter, from quarter to quarter to quarter, all we have to do each quarter is just double it. If you start at $5,000, we can get you to the million in 1 year. Okay. And there's one way to do it. 4 steps. I have a guest that I'm going to bring on who's going to show you how to go from rags to riches in 6 months, 6 figures in 6 months. Okay. We always talk a bigger picture, which is going to $1 million, because that'll really get you the freedom that you're really looking for. 6 figures, I think, is breathing room. Okay. And it's, phew. Okay. 7 figures is, it's a different kind of okay? So we want to put you in awe. Is everybody okay with a little awe? Okay, not Oz, so there's something magic behind a curtain, but we want to go into awe. So before we do, we talked about, right, from day one, about getting rid of what is holding you back. And most people have themselves in a different kind of zone, okay? So let's look at the zone, because we got to get rid of this now, okay? And well, actually, let me go back here. What are you going to do with your misfortune? Okay, what are you doing about it? So, what I love the word, people are like, oh, this happened to me, and this happened to me, this happened to me. Okay, so what are you doing about it? It's a misfortune, meaning you've missed your fortune because you're kind of stuck somewhere, right? So, for example, you're in a zone. Are you in a recovery zone? Like, okay, all these things happen to me. I'm trying to get out of it, but I keep landing there. That's your zone, okay? That's the misfortune, okay? Oh, I have this misfortune. I have this sad thing, right? It's like missing the mark, okay? Um, and you could also be in the discovery zone, okay? And that's where it's all about new fortune. And my question is, are you ready to draw a line in the sand? Right? Are you ready to say, you know what? No more of this. I'm done. Okay. I don't want to always be in misfortune. Okay. I want to be in a new fortune. Anybody ready for a new fortune? Okay. Who's ready for a new fortune? Right? Let's step into some gold. Who's ready for some gold? But again, what I want you guys to do is draw a line, right? There's a line, and there's a line in the sand. There's a red line, right? Make it clear. I am done with recovery zone. I am into discovery zone. Anybody who's into discovery zone, put that down for me right now. Discovery, okay? And how do you get out of recovery and step into discovery? Discovering how to be in harmony with your highest purpose. You got to get out of the first three. Are you sitting with misfortune? Hey, come over here, misfortune. Let me talk about my misfortune. Everywhere you go, you sit next to it and you talk about it and you bring it up again. Ugh. Okay, make me vomit. Okay, some of you have decided to just settle in. Oh, it's my lot in life. It's how it is. Yeah, I've been married to this loser for 29 years. Might as well be another 29 years. All right. And then some of you seal your misfortune. Like you ziplock it up. You ziplock it, then you put it in Tupperware, and then you put it in cement, and you make it rock solid. Like, this is my lot in life. I am stuck with that, right? Come on. Even Heidi divorced Seal. You can get out of that, okay? Probably nobody gets that one. I used to model with Heidi. Okay, and then the other way to get out of your misfortune is to switch, okay? Got to just switch, okay? Go from misfortune and recovery zone into discovery zone. And you don't know how, you don't have to know how, okay? What you do have to be willing to do is go to the library, okay? All you have to do, like, how do I switch? Okay? I promise you right now, you don't know all the steps you have to do to switch, but I want you to go to the library, which means I want you to go to the library and borrow, okay? We're the library, okay? And I want you to come to us and borrow our confidence in you, okay? Borrow our clarity, borrow our courage, okay? Borrow our commitment, because when you decide, I do want to come into the academy, I do want to be in the discovery zone, I do want to live in my life in harmony with my highest purpose, you're not going to have all those four. You're not going to have the confidence and the courage and the commitment, okay? But I want you to borrow it from us, right? So here's what happens. A lot of people, and you guys, I'm talking to a lot of you guys on the phones and messages. I leave voicemails for you guys. But somebody said something to me, and she said, well, I said, you know, we had a strategy call. I said, let me see your strategy. And I'm like, strategy isn't good. You don't have a real plan. She goes, yes, I do. I do have a plan. So this is what I've been told to do. Okay. And she said, I've been told this, and then I do this, and then I do this, and then I do this. See, I have a plan. Okay. She didn't have a plan. Let me show you. Okay. And maybe this is some of you, or maybe you know somebody that this has happened to. Okay. What did she have? She was given, wrong one. She was given a map. Okay. She said, oh, somebody said, do this. Okay. Okay. Go start a group. Great. Okay. Now go hire some assistants and some team. Okay. And now have them do all your messaging. Okay. And then close them. Okay. And so she thought she had a 4-point plan. What she had was directions, right? Just directions. She didn't have instructions. That's the difference. That's the difference between a map, which is flat and says, oh, this is it. Go from this point to this point to this point. But you're missing the terrain. You're missing everything you need on the journey. And that's the instructions. Again, draw that red line in the sand here. which side do you want to be on? Do you want to keep going to the map and just getting directions, or do you want instructions with an instructor, a mentor, someone who's going to say, oh, by the way, when you're going through, let's say it's you're just going from Washington to Florida, okay? That's really far across the country. Hey, you know what? You're going to need a hat by the time you get to Florida. It's sunny and sunblock, okay? And you probably need a navigator, right? Don't forget your keys. This part you might want to fly over, because climbing up a mountain, you don't wear the same clothes up a mountain that you do crossing a river in your swimsuit. Okay. So there's a big difference between what we do and what's out there in the world. And we are the terrain. We help you prepare for the terrain, so you know everything that's coming up. All right. And so what it looks like, this is what the map looks like. People are given a map, right? And what do they say? Oh, yeah. You're supposed to have a nation, an avatar, in your messaging, your outreach, and then you close them, right? They're telling you the what. That's the map. But what about the how? That's the terrain. And this is why some of you have been through 4 or 5 or 3, at least 5 different types of coaches, classes, challenges, and things that you bought. Maybe it was just a download. Maybe it was an actual live course. And what happens is, this is why they're one-trick ponies. Like, they just will show you the what to do. I'll show you how to get clarity. Oh, that's what I need, clarity. Okay, now you got clarity. And you're like, it's still not working. Oh, I'll show you the who. Okay. We show you how to get more leads. Okay. And then you're like, yes, that's what I need. Now I'm clear. Let me get some leads. And nothing still happens. Why? Because you still don't have all the pieces. So then you take the next thing. Okay. The why me and why you. Okay. Why do I do this? I want to tell everybody, let me tell you my mission and my purpose, and let me spout it out all over the place in my messaging. And this is why you should do it. This is my offer here. You should come to my offer. And you learned how to make an amazing offer in the next place. And it's still not doing it. Okay, like, I have my offer. I have my signature offer. How much you make this year? Nothing. Okay. And then what happens? You're like, well, shoot. I guess I need something else. I need to know where to do it. Oh, I should do it in groups. No, I should do it. I'm going to be a YouTube person. No, Instagram is so hot right now. No, forget that. You don't have to spend as much time on TikTok, right? Oh, no, forget it. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to start speaking on stages, right? And then there's somebody who teaches you one of those. I'll teach you one of those, that social spot that you're going to put your stuff out in, that amazing offer. Okay, now that you have leads. But guess what? You still don't make money. And then you try the next course. What's the next thing? How to sell. Nobody really wants to enroll in those, but you're like, has it come to this? Well, some of you don't even want to take that course on how to learn how to sell. And what you want to do is just make a funnel or go hire people to sell for you, right? But you yet can't sell on your own. And it seems so simple. Just these 5 things. That's all we have to do to have a really successful business, right? Yet, why doesn't it work? Why are you so frustrated? Why have you tried these things? And then, like me, you get jaded and you think nothing works. I'll look, but I'm not going to touch, right? I'll sniff, but I won't eat it. Okay. So I want to give you a full meal deal. All right. So this is what a full meal deal looks like. This is what the terrain looks like. But you're being lied to. You're only given the outside frosting. And most people don't know how to teach, haven't been there, don't know what's all through there. Okay. There's a lot there. Okay. Yes, you have to have your niche. Who are you? This is how do you get distinguished? Okay. And the manifesto and your brand stand. We're going to talk about that in a quick sec. And your outcome. Like, what is your outcome that you want? How much money? Right. You guys know I had 2 coaches prior to starting this. I thought they were the bomb. They were quite huge. And both of them gave me really bad strategies that threw me backwards $86,000. And do you know what? None of them knew that I wrote 2 best-selling books. It's like, how do you not know me? Okay. Because they don't get to know you. You don't talk to them. Right. And why did they give me a crap strategy? Because they didn't know what I was capable of. They only had one thing that they taught everybody. And that one thing didn't fit me. Okay. So then you have to, the avatar part was the next thing, right? Who's that singular person? Not everybody. Okay. The survey says we teach you that. How do you actually find out what these people have for their needs and wants? And how do you create that avatar, that one person, into somebody who will evangelize you and talk about you to everyone? Okay. Do you do that in what you're learning? Then you've got to, we talk about messaging. How can you be contrarian? How do you disrupt? Your offer has to be disrupt. You have to play a chess match. You have to know 4 or 5 steps ahead what you're doing. You have to know the market match. Don't think just because everybody's in that market, it's where you should be, right? Everyone said, don't go high ticket. Don't do that. Don't offer something that nobody thinks is possible. And we did it and we made millions. Okay. And then time match to condense it, right? How do you get your thing to give people a lot faster results than anybody else? How do you message that way? And your outreach, how do you know? What is the quality of the output you have? What's the quantity? Okay. I don't do as much quantity as most people, but I make a whole lot more money. Okay. We were just talking, I was talking to a colleague. She has 12,000 people in her group, and she has 1/3 of the results. Another one has 40,000 people in a group. Okay. About 1/8 of our results. So it's not necessarily more is more. We always say in order to soar, you must do less, not more. Okay. And do you have the tools? Do you have the prep? Are you prepped internally, externally? And do you have a system? We showed you the iconosphere system. I'll show you that again. So, and then you got all this stuff, but nobody seems to know how to close. People aren't experts at closing. They're trying to give you a script to follow. So I have trained over 100,000 people on how to sell. There are blocks. If you have a block to selling, forget everything else. Forget the scripts. Forget everything else until you remove that block. Okay. It will keep you from making any money. Any. Okay. And the problem is most people don't know what the block is. I can spot it in about 15 seconds. Yes, Christy, you absolutely have to choose carefully. Christy, congratulations, by the way, on your $4,000 scholarship from Thursday. Can't wait to talk to you. You also, sales is a leadership game. Okay. You have to lead the conversation. And leaders have confidence and all of that. So you have to do that. All the psychology behind it. Remember, predictable human behavior. People buy in a predictable way. I studied that for 12 years. We know how to help you with this. And the contradictory thing that people, really, you have to be 1,000% unattached to the outcome. Most people go in to a sale and they're so hungry, right? You've smelled it. You've smelled their commission breath, even through a Zoom call, can't you? You're like, you feel it. And you keep kind of pulling back and pulling back. It's, oh gosh, I don't want to be sold. I don't want to be sold. Okay. So this is the academy. Okay. And I'm going to show you why this will work. Give me about 1 second here. Okay. So what this means, and I've said it before, and you guys think, oh, she must be talking German. That's that German word again. Okay. This is what we've designed intentionally. Okay. And it's called Exemplastic. The academy is Exemplastic. And that word means one who has the power to unite disparate parts into one unified whole. So we're taking everything, all those things that you've done and tried, and maybe you've gotten a couple layers down, but you've never really gone through the whole level of everything to have mastery. Okay. We're all about results mastery, not just a couple results here and there. So that's our system, right? It's everything in one. Okay. And that's just the learning component of the biosphere, because I like to say that you do not rise to the height of your goals. Like, oh, my goal is $1 million. I'm going to get there. No, you fall to the depth of your systems. If you don't have the right systems, you're just going to fall. Absolutely going to fall. Okay. And when you're looking, some of you will be working with us, some of you won't. But wherever you decide, I still think we're the best. In fact, I know it. But what you decide is, does it have everything? Is it exemplastic? Use that as your barometer. Okay. Does this thing have everything, or are they just showing me one piece, one component? Okay. Because this is the whole biosphere. It's everything in one spot. So you don't need to go anywhere else. You don't need to go somewhere else for your mindset, for your sales, for your systems, or for your funnels, or anything. Okay. Or how do I build a team? All of that is already condensed into one place. So how many of you, this I'm going to show you is one of the favorite things of the next guest I'm going to bring on. Okay. And you guys anybody ever heard of Budweiser? Okay. So back in my day, when I was modeling and acting, I used to be the Bud girl. Did a few commercials for them, modeled in some of their Ads. I know some of you are feverishly going to go try and Google me. Don't worry. I paid them a lot to take it down. Just kidding. But do you guys remember what animal came with the Budweiser? What animal is synonymous with Budweiser? It's this one, the Clydesdale. Remember those? Do you guys remember those Clydesdale commercials? And the horses would go out and they'd be all dressed up for Christmas and all that kind of stuff. So it's interesting. When I used to model on the runway, okay, the reason that I was really, really good is because I mastered the walk, okay? So Clydesdales are a draft horse. I mean, they can pull many times their weight. They weigh around 2,000 pounds, all right? But they pull 4 times their weight. There's that 4 again, 4 times, right? And so they can pull a lot more than it looks like they could. And that's kind of like us, right? And they have a very distinctive style. And the way they walk, you've seen them kind of prance, right? Well, those of us who worked runways, we mastered the horse walk, okay? And it's really, how do most people walk, right? Most people walk heel toe, okay? Have you noticed that? If you walk heel toe, you kind of walk like this, and people walk. But have you noticed how models on the runway just sort of glide, right? And it's because we walk toe heel, okay? And there's a thing that happens with models and Clydesdales, right? The way they do their step, the reason they have a distinctive style is because as they step and their foot goes up, it's so that you can actually see the back flat part of it, and it makes it really distinctive. So there's a lot of things around it that's very distinctive. And again, this is what we're trying to do with you, create some unique distinction, okay? So they're a draft horse. They have a very distinct style, right? And they're very dominant in their stature. They're huge, okay? And that's what we're trying to do with you guys too, right? Distinguish, disrupt, and dominate, all right? And they disrupt because they can pull massive amounts of weight, beyond anything else. Here's what's fascinating. Okay, I'm getting to a point, believe it or not. I'm not just talking about one of my favorite things, horses. 2 Clydesdale horses. Guess what? If you put 2 of them together, they suddenly have 4 times the power. Instead of 1 Clydesdale pulling 8,000, you'd think 2 Clydesdales would pull 16,000, right? Double. Nope. They can pull 24,000. By pairing up, they can do much more than they could do individually. And that's what the Academy does, right? By pairing up with us, we can help you do much more than you can do on your own. But you want to know something really amazing, okay? Check this out. If they train together, and you always see them training together, 2 Clydesdale horses that are trained together, they can now not pull 24,000, they can pull 32,000 pounds. 32,000 pounds, okay? And that's 25% more just by training together, all right? And so what I'm trying to tell you is just by working with us, the synergy of that, okay? You're an amazing, I'm not gonna call you a horse. You're an amazing animal on your own, okay? But if we partner together, you could do a lot more than you can do by yourself. And if you stick with us, not just show up on Tuesdays, right? But you train with us and you work with us. Imagine in a year, you not just can have 8 times your number that you set in the beginning. You might set 100,000. What if you could do 8 times that? Okay. And then what if we could bump it another 25%, right? Most people say logically a horse can't do that, but it's the energy of all of that combined, okay? So I could sit here and show you every little step of the Academy, and I could do it on a private call. On tomorrow, I'm going to have a Zoom call for people who want to really dive deep on the nuts and bolts of everything in the Academy. That's fine, but I want you to understand bigger picture, because we're always talking bigger picture. We're talking iconic, not tactics, okay? Not hacks. We're talking principles and strategies and overarching themes, okay, that actually work and have worked for 20 years. So it's about power, all right? And so this is what I want you to understand. And if you look at a Clydesdale or Budweiser, what are they? They're amazing brands. The problem when you say, what are you stuck with? The biggest problem, most of you are stuck. In fact, I will say this in 4 years, 100% of the time of every single person I have talked to in the last 4 years, do you know what their biggest block is? Not what they think, but what I see, the first thing that's keeping them from moving forward. It's brand. They're not anything. They're just a vanilla. Okay? And you make money with your brand. You don't make money with your advertising or your marketing. It is brand. But most people, and it's taught everywhere, every university, Harvard and down, you start working on brand at about $1 million, when you're at $1 million. And what do we say? Start your $1 million strategies where you are. You must start with a brand. Okay? That is our first step. Okay? Elon Musk says it too. The consumer sets the brand. It's perception, right? You guys have a perception about Tesla and Elon Musk. It's not a cheap brand. You have the same perception about Apple, right? It has a different feel when you go to their website or you hold the phone, or their advertising, their marketing is different, okay? So do you have that about you, right? And again, the longer the wait, the bigger the ask. The longer you wait to do this, the more you're going to say, I need help with this, and I need help with this, and I need help with this, and I need help with this. Okay. But also, the bigger the brand, okay, the longer you have people wait, like, this is what we have, right? Look at the lines outside. You can ask for more. Okay. So it might take you a little bit to build your brand. It might take you 90 days to really nail it. You still make money. That's not the deal. But then you can ask for more. You have a higher value. Okay. Same thing. The longer the runway, the bigger the plane. Okay. So there's something to a brand. If you make it more exclusive, right? It's harder to get to you. It's longer process to get to you. Ooh, I want that. But if you can just get it at Walmart, okay, then you're a commodity. You need to be a brand. You need to be distinctive. And these all brands, right? I don't even have to, I could erase the label and you would know just by the shape, right? The shape, okay, what the brand is. You guys know our shape is a cube. What is your shape? Like, I've been using Chanel since I was probably 14 years old. Okay, I still wear it. It's my favorite brand, and it costs a fortune. Okay, you guys know Starbucks, Coke. Okay, it's the brand, not the advertising. They made themselves a name, and the biggest problem most people have is they don't have a name for themselves. And you have to be known. You got to feed them the words. Okay, you have to say, "Oh, she's someone who will elevate your mind." Oh, hey, this person, she's a business growth strategist. That's what she does. Okay, she's known for her 4-step strategies, right? Everything she does is in 4s. It's super cool. Okay, she's the one you go to if you want 7 figures in a year. If you've been stuck and you want 7 figures, go to her. Okay, I feed you the words, and you guys spit them back to me and to the world. Okay, and so remember, this is why a lot of you think, "Oh, I don't need this." You need this. Your brand isn't a brand. It's, especially if it's just your name. Okay, I'll show you what you have to do. Okay, so the price is what they pay. If you're not a brand, they set the price. If you are a brand, you create the value. Okay, you decide what they get. The value is about what they get. Is this making sense to you guys? So think about this. Look at your stuff. Look at what you're doing. Are you a brand, or are you a Walmart commodity? Because we can fix that, and we fix it in 1 day. Okay, that's a 1-day workshop. It's the very first thing that you're going to do with me. So what do you have to do? This value equation. This is how you want to look at it. Okay, and this is what we do. Okay, remember, we do everything we show you and teach you. Okay, you need to know the ideal outcome. All right. Why did I go backwards $86,000? Because none of those coaches knew what my outcome was. They didn't even know what I had. So the ideal outcome. Can you achieve your ideal outcome? And do you believe you can achieve it? If you follow just 4 steps, do you believe you could do it? Okay. Could you be that Clydesdale and pull a little bit more weight? And then time delay. We have to erase the time delay, and we have to erase the struggle and sacrifice. That's our formula. When you come in, that's what we do. We hit your ideal outcome, and we make it so that you absolutely believe you can do it. Okay. Part of that's the 21-day mind mastery. And you're going to hear from our guest who's going to tell you how amazing and simple it is. And then we eliminate the time delay so you get there faster. And everyone's too bored, right? Short attention span. So what you need to do, this is the first thing that we start, is you're lost. Okay. You need a GPS. That is your geometric product sequence, right? You saw the shape of a Chanel bottle. Okay. You saw Starbucks, you saw a Coke bottle, right? You can distinguish those without ever seeing anything or hearing anything. It's that shape. And that shape is what we do. Because if you have an intangible, like you can't pull up a Tesla car and say, this is my business, then you have to productize it. And then we promote and then you profit. And that's it. Okay. It's super simple. Okay. You can do it either the iconic way, right? Do you have that it factor? Does it work? Is it fast? And is it easy? Simple, right? And how do you do that? You do it with a formula, our SOAR formula. That it factor, that brand has to get seen. You have to get heard, right? You have to, the marketplace has to hear you. They got to read about you. They've got to make sure that they're giving you the right amount of money to get paid. Again, it comes right back down to, it's not about your goal. Okay. It's about your system. Do you have the system? Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to create your GPS. Okay. Your system, not only your offer, but the system for your business, a plan to take you to 7 figures. You can stop along the way if you don't like it. If you're like, ew, gross, I made 7 figures, I liked it better at 650. No problem. Go backwards. I'm fine with that. Or give it to charity. Okay. And so all your next step is, okay, really simple. You're going to hop on a call with us. Okay. I don't bite. And you're going to get a strategy and I'm going to look at yours. You might not have anything, but I'm still going to give you one. Okay. And then you make a decision. Do you want to use our strategy or do you want to use yours? And if you want to use our strategy, do you want to go it alone or do you want to be a Clydesdale? And do you want to partner up with us and quadruple your power and make a whole bunch of money? Okay. We don't care if you decide to pick ours or yours or test your own or do this. Okay. Just go to .com and that's how you do it. Okay. So again, think bigger. Okay. Think airplane. Okay. Think, how do I take off? How do I do this faster? Okay. Or you can go this fast. Okay. It's all the vehicle. What's the vehicle that you're going to do to take you there? Now, I want to let you guys know, and you guys have 5 minutes to get type spin. Okay, because we're giving away $2,000. You got to type spin. The more comments you made, the more chances you have of winning. This is not announced. Like this wasn't, we were not planning to do any spin to wins after day 5. Okay. And so, but it was fun, wasn't it? So I said, okay, let's do a couple more. So did we do anything on that? We didn't even do anything on the weekend. So I really did plan not to do it, but, so type your hashtag spin. We're going to get your name on the board. But I want you guys to understand, and I heard this and I'm so open to feedback, right? I'm no ego. You can't like hurt me. Okay. You don't like something. It's okay. I have zero need to please. But I did hear someone say something like, yeah, that's good for you, Connie, because you're like there. But what about people that aren't there? Okay. How do you, a lot of you could relate to this story a lot better than mine. Okay. And so, I was like, well, yeah, you can do this because you built 5 multi-million-dollar companies and you have a PhD in physics and you've run companies and you've been all over the world and you speak 5 languages. I can't relate to that. Okay. But what I teach works in every single level and every single industry because it's a formula that I didn't create. Okay. It was given to me from my NDE. So, but I'm one side of the coin, and then there's another side of the coin. I want to introduce you to my guest. Hopefully my guest is ready to go. So I'm going to bring on my favorite Riches to rags to riches story. How many of you have had some great success, lost it, and then clawed your way, or you're clawing your way back to the top? Okay, so that is my next guest, who a lot of you know. Some of you met last night, and she is the happiest person. She laughs all the time. We have a great time. It makes working together fun. Our team is amazing, and like Della, I love you, Della. Della's amazing. Angie's amazing. Tally's our CFO. And Sandy is also incredible. But let me bring on Angie DeVries. Some of you have met her. And hi, Angie. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi.
So, Angie, you have such a powerful story that I think a lot of people can relate to, because you came to us in a really bad state, and you said, and you're like, I don't need that business stuff. I need to get me right. Okay.
Yes.
And then you did that, and you're like, okay, me is good. Now I want to have me a business. And you turned that business from zero, okay, into six figures in 6 months, which is always a mind blow, not just to everybody listening, but it was a mind blow to you as well, right?
Yes. Yes, it was. Yes.
What did you think when I said to you, Angie, you're going to make six figures in a year?
I'm so embarrassed. I didn't say it out loud. Okay, people. I said it to myself. I said, yeah, right. That's what I said. Yeah.
So you were incredibly successful. The horses are somewhat of a tribute to you, because you had she lived a great life. She had a huge house with 5 acres and a barn and horses. We call her Noah because um, she's super nurturing, and anything that comes by, any animal or human that needs help, she will bring them onto her ark 2 by 2. And so she had lots of animals. And in this book, you guys, she did not know I was writing about her. And I said, Angie, so remember back in the day, how many animals did you have and all of that? Because Angie and I used to work together
Yes.
years ago. And I had extremely successful real estate investment and mortgage companies around the world, and 14, 13 states, I forget. And I only had to work 4 to 6 months a year.
Yeah,
And
you.
I did. Yeah, it was awesome.
You
The
just
joy,
heard. Not
yeah, the
me.
joys, yeah, not you, because you were so good at handling everything. And we made boatloads of money.
Yes.
We had our freedom. We had our own businesses. If you Googled mortgages, our name was at the top. And we were just pioneers in everything we did. We were in 13 states, I think I said. So yeah, it was a great run.
Yeah,
And
it
then
was.
there was this thing
Love
that
it.
came up. Yeah, this thing that came around the corner called, we used to
The
have a
mortgage
little,
crisis.
yeah, called 2008. And
Yes.
there used to even be a website called the Implodometer. Anybody in finance might remember this. The Implodometer was a website you go to. It's sort of like when you go to the grocery store and you see the Enquirer says, um, Tom or Brad and Angelina are breaking up, right? And guess what? They will break up. Okay, the Implodometer was like that, and it says this company's going out, and you're working for that company. You're like, no, our company. They must have got that wrong. And that happened to me. At one point, I was working with Bank of Arizona and running that, and like Bank of Arizona, I'm like that's like saying Bank of America or something like that, or that's like saying Lehman. And sure enough, the next day I'm in a meeting, and I'm walking in to this big presentation, and I knew I was going to have this sale, and I get a call right as I'm walking up the steps to this building. Like, Connie, where are you? I said, I'm going into my presentation. Have you gotten in there yet? Yeah. Yeah, go home. And it was just like, what happened? Right. So, Angie, that's kind of what happened to you. 2008 happened. Um, I
Connie left
decided,
before that happened. Just saying.
yeah, I did. I did. I
Connie left
left.
before. She told me, and I was like, yeah, right. Just like, yeah, right. Just like, you're right about the six figures. You're right. Yeah, right. I learned my lesson of not listening. Let me just tell you that right now.
So I left. I've always had cyclists, people who study cycles and know what's coming, and so I saw the writing on the wall and I split. Okay,
Yep.
same thing right before pandemic. I was speaking all over the place, and I knew pandemic was going to kill that, and that's why I stopped speaking, even though I made $45,000 a month, not bad as a speaker. Okay, but I knew it was time to go, and I left, and I said, hey, Auntie, you can still do the business on this other way, but other things happened to you. What happened there?
Well, it was, it was fine for a while. So, the mortgage crisis happened, and I wasn't like Connie in that sense. I was a mortgage processor. I had my processing business, and the laws changed, right? And so I had to go out and get a job. So, my husband, he worked at Boeing, the little plane behind Connie right there, building those, and he broke his back, became disabled, blew out all his discs, and so then I had to switch, and we switched roles, and then I went out, right, and drove to work every day, an hour there, an hour back, and cried. Boy, did I cry.
You
I
hated your job.
I hated my job. I made
Yeah.
great money. Don't
But
get me wrong, I made great money, but I hated my job.
I think you guys, don't you agree? Some of you have been in jobs, and you're just like, I just don't want to go. I just don't want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot like that.
Yeah, it was a daily thing. Then I got a miracle surprise, and we had our son, who is my miracle. Of course, I was old at that time, and so I was off for a little bit, and went back to work at Boeing after that, and started having some issues, health issues, and I couldn't walk for 4 years. So what happened? So I had feet pain, and I chose the wrong doctor, and I wasn't smart enough to figure that out after the first surgery. So I had surgery on one foot, and it's not any better. I had surgery on the next foot. Then it's both feet. 6 surgeries later, and she can't walk. And so, how do I go about to explain this? Because I'm sure a lot of you have went through that, where you're doing something and you cut off one part of your limb, and then you have one left, right?
So it's like, yeah, you got pain in one foot and you shoot yourself in the other foot. And
Right.
you can't move
Yes.
at all,
I'm sure
right?
a lot of I'm sure everybody here has done something like
Yeah.
that, but not to the extent of that I've done.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I get it. I hired one coach. It was not working. I hired another one just to make it really bad. Oh,
Right.
man.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't walk, couldn't work then. And yeah, and so now, granted, I had a 401k. We had money at the time, but what happens when when that money runs out?
Yeah.
So now, granted, I was never supposed to get pregnant. I adopted 6 kids to fulfill my needs. And then, surprise, I'm old, and here he comes. He is my whole world. But my adopted kids had it all. They got cars, they got phones, we had acreage, they had quads, motorcycles, that anything they wanted. We had a life that we could buy and do what we wanted and not have to worry about it, right? So I made the mistake of going to the wrong doctors, having 6 surgeries on both of my feet, not being able to walk, being on a medical leave of absence, getting told the wrong diagnosis where I couldn't claim LNI. And they fired me when I was on a leave of absence. Couldn't walk.
So you were just a snowball of an avalanche, really, of what started as a light snowball became an avalanche of destruction, really. Like
Correct.
nothing started going your way.
No, nothing, not one single thing went my way.
Yeah.
Which was really odd because I had a medical, I had a doctor's saying, no, you can't work, right? You are off right now. And then, so I'm, I don't think I've ever told anybody this. I don't even think I told you this, Connie, but so I put in to get some help with Social Security, and they paid me for like 6 months. And, then they told me I was getting better when I wasn't. I was getting worse. I had the test and all that to prove it, but they didn't care. Mm-hmm. So, and it's the avalanche is getting bigger and bigger, mind you. And then I'm like, oh God, what are we going to do? Now my husband's disabled. Now you can't tell by looking at him, but he's in pain constantly. Mm-hmm. So he cannot go out and get another job. And Social Security, if anybody knows about Social Security, they don't pay shit. And my house payment was more than that. So,
wow. So you went from way up here, having it all, 6 kids, they can get anything they want, a drop of a hat. And then you have your own kid, and then life goes zoop.
Correct. Life goes down.
Your husband's not able to support. You got a baby. You have no money. You literally can't walk. And I bet your self-esteem was in the toilet.
Oh my God. So yeah, it was to the point of, how people say, oh, I've hit rock bottom. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more than rock bottom.
Yep.
And I was a lot more than rock bottom. And I got to tell you, if it wasn't for me having my son, you wouldn't be looking at me right now. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
And so we're homeless. I use all my 401k. Everything's gone, right? We become homeless. Mm-hmm. And I have to keep the happy face on. And I know you all have done that, the happy face. And to protect my son and my husband, right? And I drive across country to where my parents lived, and my mom passed away. And I get a shock there, right? So my mom was a big self-help book reader. I am not a self-help book reader. Let me just tell you all this now. I am not a self-help book reader. It's not, I'll try it for a page and then I put it down. Well, I got a special gift in the mail, and that gift was the SOAR book. And this is why I just want to point this out. This is why you all hear me say, or I'm typing all the time, SOAR changed my whole world. But it actually saved my life also. I was like, oh God, another self-help book. What the, come on. Sorry. And, but I opened the book. I think like I said, I give things a try, and I'll get one page in and then I'm done, right? Well, I opened SOAR and I read it all in one day. I was so sucked in it, and I just felt something changing. And now I can't explain it. I say this all the time. I cannot explain this, but I felt something changing in here, and in actually not just in here, but in here. Right. Mm-hmm. And I knew what I needed to do. The funny thing is I remember this to the T. I'm reading this book, right? And I'm just like, oh my God, honey, oh my God, you have got to read this part. And I give him the book, and he's like, I see him reading, and I'm like, you're taking too long. Give it back. Give it back right now. You can read it in a minute, right? I think I did that like 3 times. I was like, forget it, you're waiting. But it was that, and I still read. I read romance novels. My husband's like, "What are you reading?" I don't have no clue. I don't even know the title of the damn book. Right? I don't know who the author is. Nothing. But I'm reading something. What are you reading? A book. Uh, so, so I don't look at titles. I don't look at authors. I get done with the book and I'm like, oh my god, it just there's something about this, right? And I'm like, oh, SOAR, and then I look at the name and I about shit my pants. Excuse my language, people. Uh, there's only one person that spells their name with a K. This is Connie. And so I it shocked me because you fall out of touch. I mean, she was a boss, right? And let's go hang out after we quit. We separate. No, never. And so it was.
Yeah, we hadn't talked in years,
16
and yeah, it was a long time. And I have to say, when I don't even know what I was doing, but when I got the call, and it was like, Connie, like, who is this, right? Now my phone number's never changed.
No. Thank God.
It ends in 40, so I'm never gonna change it, right? And I'm like, who is this? And she's like, Angie. And my brain is going, okay, looking at my Rolodex for all these Angies. Like, okay, I know an Angie. That's not her. It doesn't sound like her. And she's like, it's Angie. Then you tell me, I'm like, this is that Angie? But she was so down. Like, I couldn't, how you just like, okay, you can't even be bothered to think kind of thing. She was really down. And
I didn't sound like myself.
No, she, it was only her son that was keeping her alive. There was no other point. And
I mean, I got a great husband, but she can go without me.
So, but yeah, so I didn't recognize you, and you were like, go ahead.
Yeah, it was. So I called, right, and she's like, Angie. And I told her, and she's like, "Oh my God!" I don't know what she was thinking. Apparently, like, "Oh God, let me hang up now."
Yeah. I'm like, how are you? And then it was like, "Oh God, I'm sorry, I asked," and it just went through this whole cascade. And I'm like, "Oh my God." And then she's like, "Oh, you got to help me. You got to help me." And I read your book.
I want what's in this book.
Yeah, I want what's in the book. And I'm like, I can't help you. You're like way too far gone. Like, I literally can't help you because I don't work with suicide ideation. I don't work with all this stuff. This is good, but it's not that, I can't help you. I don't want to be that responsible. Go see a psychiatrist or something. And she would not.
I did. I did.
Yeah, she did. But it destroyed you. They didn't help you. But she wouldn't let go. Right. And she's like, this will work. She just knew it. She just knew it. She read it and knew it. This will work. And she would not let go. I kept saying no. And she said yes. And I said no. And she said yes. And then I said yes. I said, yeah, but I'm expensive. I'm this. You don't have money. I'm not doing charity. All that kind of stuff. And you said you'd find a way.
Yeah. I knew I had to. I had to find a way. And no, she does not do charity. No, and I was a good employee. Damn it.
Yeah, you made tons of money.
Yeah, she does not do charity, and I had my everything went downhill. Right, I had nothing, and all my adopted kids had everything. My toddler, I think maybe he was close to 5 at the time. I'm still calling him a toddler, but hey.
I don't even think you were phased when I was talking price. You didn't care. You just knew I'm going in.
Yeah, I didn't. It could have cost me $1 million and I would have found a way to get it.
Yeah.
And I just knew this is what I need and you're going to fix me, damn it. And I told my husband, I'm doing this, because we had nothing, not anymore. And I told him, I said, I'm doing it. you don't like it, oh well, right? This is what's happening because you either like me like this or the way I was. I'm a lot better than the way I was. but uh, but he didn't have a problem with it at all. Of course, he didn't, want to see me as bad as I was, but he really didn't have a clue as how bad I really was because I didn't let anybody know.
Yeah, I think a lot of people hide,
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
think there's it's because we look at outside in the world and everybody looks like they have the shiny veneer, and so it's hard to like feel like you're safe to talk about it's not that good for me, right? Even in your own relationship. And I also think the same thing in business, right? A lot of people have business and my business is going so well, and you're like, I have to go say that, but it's really not, right?
Right.
And then who do you really tell that it's really not? And I want help, and I want to grow, and I want to move forward, and I know there's something good in me. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what really sold me on Angie. I knew there's something amazing in her, but at first I didn't think she had the conviction of it. And then once she was told, oh, okay, I'm going to fight for something, and she fought for something, and that was her thing. She was going to make sure that she never had her family in that situation again, or herself in that situation again. It wasn't about money. You came in to say, fix my brain. And you had your sister said, hey, if you need some money, you could
Actually,
go.
my sister said, you just need to go to college, right, and get a degree. But she tried to talk me out of the student loans, but I took them.
So
So
those that
this is
you
great.
took
So
every bad credit card out
oh
there.
oh my
Um,
god, yeah, my credit, my I wish I would have brought my wallet in.
yeah, her your score was you're okay with this, right? Her score was
Oh,
like 483.
oh, it was
And
lower
you
than that.
oh,
It was.
okay.
I don't think
So,
you're
but
registered. It was lower than that. It was like
so she's got crap credit, zero cash,
yeah.
massive ambition, right? And her mindset was that her mind wasn't right, but her mindset was, I am going to fix myself. I am going to go back to and better than what I was before. And so you did it. You came in. You started working with me, just with SOAR and 21-day mind mastery.
Yeah.
Um, and this was when I didn't even offer 21-day mind mastery to our clients. So you just did that track, and then you were good. And like we said, I said, hey, you'll make, then you came to me, I want to do a business,
Great.
which is what a lot of people are
But you
here
asked me
for.
3 times. She asked me 3 times, and I said, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And the reason I wasn't ready is because I knew if I wasn't right here, I wasn't making money.
Yeah.
Right. And
Mhm.
so I refused 3 times. And it was a year. And I finally said, she showed me the academy, and I got to meet people in the academy. And I was like, I'm ready. But I met people in the academy like a month or two prior, and
Yeah.
it was such a family oriented. Now we all have that psycho family member, right? I'm sure we all do. Well, there ain't none in here unless you look at me, but I'm just a happy psycho. But
Well, yeah, because
yeah,
we leave the egos at the door.
absolutely.
All the Monicas are outside, and people are very supportive, encouraging. They partner up, they do all kinds of things. And Angie, tell, why is it that you're so successful? Why you came from such hardship and you turned it around in 6 months? Okay, now granted, it's a little different now we actually, like you guys saw, we're giving you the 21-day mind mastery up front, so you don't
Yeah.
have to go a track on working on your mind and a track on working your business. And then that's 2 years, right? We just put it all together. Okay. And it
And
actually came faster.
that's really huge because um if I wouldn't have fixed myself, I wouldn't have been where I am now. Right. And so it's really huge. I'm really glad. I think, a lot of us begged you to throw it in there, and because it wasn't out there. But I think she can tell a difference, right? When when it's there,
I,
and when you're doing it, when you're not doing it, right? And
yeah.
so it's huge. But
So
I
talk about, can you talk for a second about the business aspect on, I said, a year to go from 0 to 6 figures. You laughed in my face.
behind your
And
back.
all I said was, just, I said, just do the 4 steps. It's SOAR. That's the thing that you came in here for. She came in for what was her mind, right? Using SOAR. And she's like, oh, well, SOAR is the business process.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And she loved SOAR so much, she fully adopted it in the business. She got it. She didn't skip. She
No.
didn't go SOARING and add a whole bunch of other stuff on the end, right? She didn't just go OAR. She did it in order, followed the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, knew the end, do this, do that, don't do this, show up, boom.
Yeah.
In 6 months, I said, hey, Angie, how much did you make this month?
We could
Add it all up.
She said, Angie, you're spending too much money. I was like,
well, yeah,
it
that
felt
too.
good, right? It just, I could do things, and I was buying things. And so she said, oh my God, I'm gonna have to, now I got to put you in counseling for spending too much money. And I started laughing, and she was, well, how much have you made? And I was like, I don't know, let me go look, because I didn't care. I was just having fun. I was like, my God, my life is great. And I was like, so I said, I got back to her, I go, actually, she stayed on with me, and she goes, well, and I was like, I owe you a huge apology.
Yeah. You didn't think it was going to happen, right?
I owe you a huge apology. I did not believe I'd make 6 figures. I made 6 figures. And the thing was, let me tell you this. So I follow the 4 steps to it. I follow it. I don't skip. I do what I'm supposed to do. When I talk to Connie, it doesn't matter if I'm working or if I'm Academy member. I have paper and pencil, and I am taking notes, right? But it's simple. The thing is, it's simple, and people don't follow it. And so if you follow it, you'll do good. Now, here's my thing to you. I did it on my deathbed and missing 2 months of work.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a life-threatening illness, and you were just gone for 2 whole months, and you said, oh my God, all my clients. I said, we'll take care of your clients. That's what we do.
And that was,
right?
You don't have anybody. Let me tell you this. So you can go with anybody you want to go to. No other person will step up for you and help you no matter what, except for her. If I would have been with somebody else, I would have went downhill again. And I'm going to tell you that as a fact. I had surgery. I was on my deathbed. I missed 2 months of work. I was terrified. I mean, not as bad as when things happen. I was scared, right? And when she said, I got it covered, she had me covered. So I just want to say that. So it's huge. So you won't find anybody else like that. Now, another thing is, she's not just a coach, right? Now, you know that there's, and I don't know if I can't do all the descriptions, or I guess I could, but there's coaches, there's mentors, there's consultants, right? And you get different things from each one, right? With Connie, you get it all. She's everything. And that's the main difference. If I would have had a coach and that happened to me, if I would have had just a mentor and that happened to me, or just a consultant and what happened to me, again, I'd be broke.
Yeah.
So it was,
so, that is really key, right? Because a coach is going to be the one that, let's say you're driving your car down the road, and all of a sudden your brakes go out, and there's a brick wall in front of you, like like my screen went blank. And there's a brick wall in front of you, and I have enough battery left. Okay. And you crash, and the coach goes, oh, okay. Well, how do you feel about that? Okay, well, let's try it a different way. Okay, the consultant is you're driving down this road and then your brakes go out and straight ahead of you is a brick wall, and the consultant is the one that's going to say, okay, if that happens, what you want to do is quickly hand over hand over hand, make a really sharp left, okay, and spin out of it and get yourself turned around in the other direction. They're going to tell you exactly what to do, not just rub your underbelly, okay. And because a coach can't give advice, a consultant gives advice, okay. And then a mentor, same car, same person going down the road, brakes go out, there's the brick wall, and the mentor is going to say, I told you not to get in the car, right? And so the mentor's been there before, and they know what's going to happen. And so they say, hey, don't do that. Don't waste your time there. And this is why you go so fast with us, because we have all three, right? And you're going to come to me like, I have this idea, I have this idea, I have this idea. And I hear it all the time. And I'm like, nah, it's not going to work. So you need somebody say, no, just don't do it. Just go back to this. Okay, there's only 4 things, A, B, C, D. Okay, you're trying to go through, X, Y, and Z. We're saying stop at D. Okay, and that's those 4 Ds, right? So Angie, you've turned your business around. You are a great part of our company. You're on your 4th year as an Academy member. You also run your own company. You're CEO of your own company, which we merged and took in as a subsidiary under our company because you were doing so well with it.
Right.
And so that's how we have that ability to offer you guys all of this. But it's time to change other people's lives. Let's get them on a spin to win. Okay. So before we go, I want to just let you know, if you're here, I am going to give you a gift. Okay. 2 gifts, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. One of the gifts that you guys are getting is Iconosphere. This is our brand new software. Okay. And it has everything you need. All of these parts and pieces to do everything in your business. It's a whole business enterprise all in one. You guys know our thing is one. Okay. So whatever you need to do to reach out to people, like I showed you, the ease in plastic, it's all in there. It's got your CRMs, your appointments, your calendar, your conversations, tracking your numbers, making your sales, your stores, your websites, your webinars, all the AI is built in there. It's your social planner. You can put all of your stuff up in about an hour for an entire month. All your courses and your membership sites and everything. And the cool thing is that I don't know if you can see that or not. I should probably move that message there at the bottom, but we want you guys to have the results, okay? And there's just a couple days left, so you can actually get Iconosphere free for a lifetime. We're going to give it to you as a gift for coming in, full pay into the Academy. It is the bomb. It is the one software you need that has everything together. No more piecing together a separate email, separate calendar, and separate this and separate that. It's all in one. It's already there. It's the best of the best. And you get that absolutely free when you pay in full with the Academy. And we will do the financing for you. I know, Angie, we didn't have financing when you were with us, but it is there now.
You guys are lucky.
I know that we could have got you financed, but yeah. So what I want to do is let's first go ahead and spin. So everybody who is here, you are going to get the following gift. Make sure you have typed the word spin in so you get into the next one. Deb, you're more than welcome, and I look forward to our call. And Deb, you got to get busy. You've got a few things to finish up before we have our call. And I hope you're smiling.
Get that 100%, Deb. Get that 100%.
Is that working, or is my screen not showing?
It's not showing.
Wait. Okay, now it's working. You can. Oh, wait. Okay, let me try that one more time.
Like you.
Having a little bit of an internet issue. Okay, let's try it one more time. Who's ready? Who's ready to win? I'm ready to get this right. And I do want to say thank you all for being here. And for the 9 days, book your calls and let's talk about your business. Let's see if we're fit. That's all it takes. Let's see if we are a fit. Okay, you guys ready? Let's go spin. This is your gift for being here today. And what do we get? Oh, it's a gift we've already given. So I'm going to spin again. Now, if you haven't had a clarity call, please book one. But let me go do that again because I've given that gift out. I'd love you guys to have something new because some of you are here 9 days straight. I want to congratulate you. So close. One more time. You guys already got the appointment website. So, hey, third time's the charm. I double tapped it that time. Let's see. Did you guys get Think and Grow Rich?
No, that is one thing they did not get this
All right.
time.
Okay. Right. You guys are going to get the book Think and Grow Rich from me. Please be sure to read the mastermind chapter because it's really awesome. Angie, if you could just share, you talk to a lot of people. They ask you a lot of stuff. What would you say if they're like, well, what do you think? Should I make the call? I'm not asking you guys to make a decision if you're going to join it, but a lot of you kind of want to figure out, should I make this call? So what would you tell people?
So do not make the call. So yeah, absolutely make the call. If I wouldn't have made the call, you guys would be paying my bill. Sorry. Welfare.
So seriously, what would you tell them if there was one reason why it would make sense? What would you say to make the call?
Do you like living the way you're living now, or do you want to be free? Do you want to be free and not have the worries and have stability in your life more than you have now, where you don't have to worry? Make the call.
Yeah. So freedom is a good thing. It is one of the reasons is ultimate freedom formula. Okay, you will get free from whatever is bothering you in 60 seconds or less, and in 6 months, so you could be at 100,000. In a year, you could be at $1 million.
Everybody who's here tonight, their name is on that board. I didn't put before. I was putting people who were here before.
All right, let's see who it is. Nicole. Nicole. You just won.
Oh my God, Nicole Banks. Congratulations.
Nicole Banks. Yeah, Nicole. Excellent job, Nicole. You are $2,000 wealthier. So congratulations to you. I want you guys to
before you leave or before we leave. Well, tomorrow is Zoom. Tomorrow is Zoom.
Oh yes.
And
great question.
I would love for you to do another drawing for people at Zoom, whoever shows up.
Well, these two are. I mean, this is a lot. I just gave away $7,000.
Who wants it? Who wants it? Everybody say yes if you want her to do another one.
Okay, Zoom. So this is over. Our workshop ends right now. We did 9 days. I have to take a break, but I have had a lot of people asking me questions, want to see behind the scenes into all this stuff. And some people want to just ask me questions personally before they're like, I don't know if I want to book a call, or I might be afraid, or are you going to bite my head off or something? And you want to meet? So tomorrow at noon, there's a Zoom call. If you want it, type #Zoom. I'm sorry I didn't put up announcements for it, but my team will reach out to you. Just type #Zoom if you want to come. It's an hour start to finish. And here's what I'll do. I don't know that I can do a spin because it's Zoom. Okay.
Eli Musk would love to draw.
Oh, okay.
My son.
Okay. Because I love your son. So let's do this. For anyone who's there on the Zoom, we'll do one more drawing. I have to go talk to Tally, my financial person, and see how much the drawing is going to be. But I will make it significant and substantial. So I'll do a drawing for anyone who's at the Zoom, but I'm only going to be there an hour. I'll answer your questions, And anyone there within the first 30 minutes will go in that drawing. Okay, so it's not just open for anybody. Anybody who's there in the first 30 minutes, we'll put your name in a hat, and your son can pick a name out of a hat. That way I don't have to go through figuring out how to spin with Zoom. How's that?
You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody.
Okay, so if you have some questions, or you just want to say hi, or you want to see who else is there, oftentimes some of our Academy members are there, so you can ask them direct questions too. You can also go to the replay page. I'll leave it open through, normally it'll shut down at midnight, but I'll leave it open until we finish with our Zoom call. So if you guys have some questions there. And so I want to congratulate those of you who are already in the Academy, who made the decision for yourself. And I know it's a scary decision. I know, as soon as you make that decision, you're going to wake up at like 11 o'clock at night and go, oh my God, what did I do? Oh my God, that was so stupid. I can't believe I did that. But it's okay. We know all the steps. We're going to walk you through it. Everything is going to be okay. And let me tell you one other thing, okay? Because I know predictable human behavior. As you make this step and you're going to move forward and say, I'm going to do this because it's proven it works. This has worked for 20 years. It's worked in all these different industries, and they've all done it. And there's people behind it saying, hey, yeah, it worked for me. But you're still going to get naysayers. And if you're going to go, hey, what do you think? And what do you think? And what do you think? Nobody wants you to succeed more than they have. Okay. And so you all have that one person. I have a sister that is that Nelly, Little House on the Prairie. And there's nobody more that I want to prove that I'm going to be amazing to than her. Right. And then I can say, hey, I just did this thing. And you know what she's going to do? You're so stupid. Why'd you do that? Watch out. Watch your environment. Okay. Because when you come into the Academy, it's a new environment. It's healthy. It's positive. It's supportive. Your own spouse may not support you. Okay. I know mine didn't. Okay. Ever. And so the people closest to you want so much for you. They don't want to see you fall again. And they might not be supportive. But that doesn't matter. Chances are you're going to be supporting them, okay? Because you're going to do really well. And you just don't have the confidence, the courage, the commitment yet. And that's why you're going to borrow mine, okay? I have it in you. I have it in me because I know I can help you. And all you have to do is hop on a call, just type #Academy, and we will get you on the calendar. And everything that you guys have seen, all the bonuses, everything are going to be yours. Once this all ends, they go away. Okay. So if you have your appointment, just get your appointment in by night, and you'll get all the bonuses, because I can't get everybody and I'm swamped over the next few days. So some of you are going to have your appointment next week. Okay. So I will see you guys later. Thank you so much. Please, in the comments, give us your final feedback. How did you feel? What'd you think? What'd you learn? And can't wait to see you guys tomorrow at noon. Thanks. Bye-bye.